Hey you guys! Hi everybody! Friday night, it's crafty night. Hey you guys, did you miss me last week? I missed you, it's true. Although technically, I still got to see you and hang out with you, but on Thursday night. Because Friday night, I was off having a magical night. It was amazing. So those of you who might not be a regular viewer, let's start from the start, shall we? I'm Lesley from Hungry Heffy Crafts, and this is my Friday night live stream where I come in and I just want to get crafty, and I am flying by the seat of my pants most evenings. I am winging it. That is just the way that I do things around here, because Friday is all about having fun for me. So Friday night I turn on the webcam and I invite everyone to come and craft with me, whether that actually is you crafting, or whether that's you snuggled up in bed with your blankie, snuggled up with a blankie in bed, watching Lesley. Some of you, maybe it's early in the morning, some of you it's during the day, maybe it's on your commute, I don't know. For me, it is 9 o'clock at night. So last week, we didn't have a Friday show, we had a Thursday show, because on Friday, I was getting treated to an excursion. We went to Harry Potter World. Yay! And look what I got. I wanted to show you guys. Look what I got. It's my own little cauldron. And I've just decided to treat myself to a Christmas chalky. Put that there for later. So it's actually supposed to be a mug for drinking tea. But I'm going to use it in my craft room to hold things, I think. I think it's awesome. They also had one that was like shallower and wider, which was supposed to be a soup bowl. It was really cool. But I'm really, really happy with it, and it says Harry Potter on the back. Yay! So I'm going to put my little cauldron down there, and then throughout tonight's stream, I'll put bits and pieces in it, pencils and whatever. So we've got a few people here. Hey Anne-Marie! Bonjour madame! Comment allez-vous? We've got Iris here as well. Hello! And Wendy and Ines. Every time I say your name a completely different way. Ines, Abdelnour. I don't know, but I'm excited to have you guys here. So tonight is another week closer to Christmas. Are you guys in the Christmassy spirit? That's what I want to know. I am not this year. I don't know what's wrong with me. It just feels weird, but I don't know why. I'm not feeling it. Maybe tomorrow. We've got some friends coming over and we're going to have lots of food, and I'm going to try and make my Christmas sugar cookies that get made every year. Right guys, what shall we make tonight? And I've put in the description viewer's choice, because sometimes I have a little idea that's brewing throughout the week, and sometimes I've just been too busy to have any ideas at all, and the best I can do is get everything set up for the show, which is kind of where we're at tonight. But I wanted to throw some ideas out there. Please do shout if you have any other ideas. So we could do a technique. Maybe you want to say a technique. We could have a look through my stash of scraps and see what we can come up with in crafting with my scrap stash, because I think we all need to use up our scraps. And we could have some more stamp roulette, which is always fun, I think. And if you're not familiar with stamp roulette, what that is I have these little buckets. Can you see behind me? We have these buckets filled with stamps. And I've got large ones and small ones. And I invite you guys to give me a number, and then I flip through and sort of count to that number, take out the stamp, and then I have to create a card using that stamp set. So what do you think? We've got Hira here as well, Hira Farouk. Hello Hira! Lovely to have you here. What shall we make tonight? Iris says, I'm so behind on making Christmas cards. I could do with some quick and easy Christmas cards, maybe with crafty scraps, because I have heaps of those too. Okay, well, you know what? I'm not, I don't even usually make a lot of Christmas cards, but I probably have some stuff, some stashy stuff in here. Let me see what's in here and I can... So what I'm trying to say is that I probably won't have very many Christmassy scraps apart from what's in here, which is when I use the kit, I think. Those are Piper's coloured penguins. I need to give them to her. She might use them for a Christmas, a teacher card or something. And these you might actually recognise. A lot of them I used during my crafty stream when I was creating with the Heffy Doodle Wanna Build a Snowman card kit. So let's do that, shall we? Shall we start off with, see if we can take any of the stuff from my stash here and turn it into something holiday-ish. We've got some options here. I think it's definitely going to be some penguins because we've already got some pre-coloured. I do like this one. That's fun. Or we've got a white background. I'm not sure if you can see that very well. Super pretty in real life. We've got this gorgeous glitter at the bottom and then some snowy flakes here. We've got a little heffalump. We've also got a rainbow. Got a rainbow going on here. Ooh, that's pretty. And some other bits and pieces here as well. Let's see what we can get out of this then, shall we? A couple of bits and pieces. I hope Craig remembers to bring in my Heffy memo tape because I ran out today. It's like, go and grab one off the shelf for me. All right. So I do have some penguins here. These ones are very pastel-y tones, so I actually quite like the look of this or this or this. Like these look like they're pastels. Could work for us. And then maybe we'll do something a bit more intense with the blue, which I'm kind of liking. Quick and easy. So when quick and easy happens, I normally will grab a just card blanks and then pattern paper. So if you've got pattern paper, that's a really quick and easy way to get some cards out there. See what we can do. That rainbow is awesome. I see holiday card with non-traditional colors. Yeah. So the rainbow one was using my Heffy memo tape. Here he comes to save the day.
Heffy Prime Delivery.
Heffy Prime Delivery. Awesome.
£7 a year service.
Yeah. It's no, what do you call the Prime one that's like pretty much instant? What's it called?
No.
Prime Now. That's what I'm gonna need because I'm leaving everything to the last minute for this Christmas. Oh. Hi Lesley. Hi Elaine. Maybe we need like the lady over there in the corner that you've probably just turned off, have you? To sing some Christmas songs. Oh, I'll get shut down by YouTube. Probably. I don't know either. Alright, so I'm just prepping some top folding note cards. And then we'll take it from there. Alright, Gregor. What's up?
Nothing.
Good.
Clean the kitchen.
Go and relax, Craig.
Clean the kitchen.
After you clean the kitchen.
Have fun.
I think I'll buy. Right, so let's grab some card stock. I wanted something pastel, but I don't think I've got anything Christmassy. Let me see if I can hunt through some stash down here. I am sure that once upon a time I must have had some sort of Christmassy, pastel Christmassy tones. If not, we can make do with some other kind of tones. This might work. Scrapbook pad. Hibbity hop. It's obviously not Christmassy, but this is kind of nice. Ooh, rainbow. Plaid. Looking more for pastel colors, but they're getting a bit vibrant. Pretty sure I did away with a lot of my Christmassy stuff. We'll just go for tones in. Okay, we want to go for this. And I do kind of like this. Could have this with a pattern on the background, couldn't we? So let's cut this out using my stitched rectangles. So this is the biggest one, which I'm not going to use. I'm going to use the second one down. Actually, I might use Corin's favorite one. Yeah, I'm going to use Corin's favorite one, which is the third one down, and I'm sure she'll be able to tell me exactly what it is. 4 by 3 1/4, maybe? 4 1/2 by 3 1/4? I don't know. I just don't know. So that's going to cut out a little panel here with my Heffy memo pad. And this is really easy to replace. You just pop out the insides. It's got this hard plastic tube here. Pop this back in. Boom. Oops. And then slide it back in. It's just like changing the toilet roll or the paper towels, whatever you call it, wherever you're from. And then you slide it through that middle gap. Hey presto! Bada boom, baby. Let's run this through the machine. So for this one, we're going to go for some softer colors. So I want to have, there we go. I want to have a pastel for the background. But if you don't have a pastel cardstock, you can just try and kind of make your own. Pick out a plain colored pastel card. Let's see what I've got, if I have anything that fits the bill. Got loads of blue, but it's a little bit, I don't want blue because we've got blue here. I think a pink or a purple would be nice. Something really light. Let me see. That's kind of cute. Will it pop? Will it pop or will it not? I think that kind of pops. That could work for us. What do you reckon? Or a yellowy one. Or you could make it really vibrant with some spotty dotty red. I think that's a bit too intense. Then we'll go for that green. And I'd love to tell you what it's from, but it doesn't have a cover on the top of that one, so I don't actually know. So let's use my largest rectangle with this, or you could just use your trimmer. of course. And I don't want any of the stitching. I mean the scallops on the outside. It does have little lines on it, so I'm going to attempt to get the lines straight, but it doesn't really matter. So, questions for you guys. Do you guys have any Christmassy traditions or things that you make every year for Christmas? Things that you do? Things you may be looking forward to? Or that you enjoy doing every year? What do you reckon? Another tip whenever you are firing out cards quickly is, this is kind of a preference, this is a personal choice though, is that you could use liquid glue. Now, the reason I'm using my liquid glue is about 2 seconds ago I realised I've still not fixed my ATG gun setup, so I couldn't use that. But with liquid glue, it goes a long way. It's quick to use, it's quick to dry, and also it's really cheap. And bear in mind that most Christmas cards will just get thrown in the bin. So there's no need to spend massive amount of time putting them together when they're going to last a few weeks, and that's it. What is a mint patty? Ooh, Anne-Marie Parmley says, hey Brina, I make mint patties, journals, and can't wait for the homemade Italian pasta. Cheers to that. That sounds amazing. Let's cut some of these guys out. Okay, so these little guys are building a snowman, playing in the snow. It was -6 here today, so I actually don't know what that is in American. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. I'm not very good at the whole translation thing. But it was -6 this morning. A burr. My family gets together to make ornaments to give away. That's wonderful. That's awesome. So tell me more. Is it like glass ornaments, or perhaps it's clay ornaments? Maybe it's like salt cookie dough, you know, the salt dough things? They used to be all the rage. Maybe they still are. I think they're like a kid's craft, aren't they? I'm also, guys, on the prowl for I'm on the lookout for ideas for teachers. A little something to get the teachers at Piper's school. I don't really want to do the whole mug thing because I've seen how many mugs they get, and how many mugs does one person need? Certainly not 30 every year. So you guys got any ideas for me? I'd love to get some ideas. okay, I don't think I mentioned, but these are the stamps from the Wanna Build a Snowman card making kit from Heffy. And I think we have about 7 left. So if you're interested in grabbing it, grab it now. Because once they're gone, they're gone. And it's really, if you're planning on buying like the stamps and dies and stencil anyway, then it all works out really affordable. You get a lot of stuff for your money. But you can just buy them separately if that is what you want to do. All right. So today I had to go out, I put on like a vest top and then a long sleeve t-shirt and then a long woolly jumper on top. And it was still freezing. That was for the school drop-off. Luckily, my friend Charlotte gave me a lift home, so that was really nice of her, so I didn't have to walk all the way home again, even though it's not even that far. Oh, more comments. Anne says cold. Heather says fun post-it note pads. You make, I don't know whether you're talking about there's not, I'm wondering if when you say post-it note, I think maybe you're talking about the memo tape, but do you mean you make fun post-it note pads for the teachers? That's actually really good because you could, like decorate it and like paper craft it. Man, why didn't I ask you guys this 3 weeks ago whenever I could have had Piper make them? Because you could decorate them with the little penguins, or she could stamp the post-it notes. Yeah, that's good. Wendy says, each year it's different. This is her ornaments. Sometimes recycled items or plaster of Paris or beaded. I love that tradition. Yeah. Elaine says, we are a board game family. Me too. And always add a new one to the stack. Oh, got a new one today. 5 golden rings. Philip Schofield program, brilliant show. Game looks good too. I don't know it. We don't have a TV, so we don't know what that is. I do like Philip Schofield though. I think he's fun. All right, let's get this snowman together. Have a holly jolly Christmas. There was a bit. Did I tell you guys this? That there was a bit of a debate about the girls, the American girls in the design team, where they said that they would always have a 3-balled snowman. They would never have a 2-balled snowman. Okay, I'm just gonna commit. Just gonna go for it. Yes, we are a board game family too. And actually, our elf Pudding, who comes every Christmas, he this morning was trying to set up a board game. So Piper and Craig started playing with that this afternoon, but they didn't get it finished. So that's the plan for tomorrow morning. That's their plan for tomorrow morning. My plan, I have big plans for tomorrow. We've got some friends coming over. For tomorrow, we've got some friends coming over for Christmas. Their surname is Tudor. Our surname is Oman. We call it Tudoman Christmas celebrations. It's amazing. And so they're coming over and we're going to have so much food because I am a hungry Heffy. And I am going to be doing a lot of baking. It's not quite on the mani yet, but he'll get there. I'm actually just going to do that. I'm going to put this one here. And I'll leave these for another one maybe. Or shall I put him down here? No, I quite like him like this. And then I think we just add a Merry Christmas sentiment and that's it. Let's see what I've got. Do I have any Christmas sentiments, Christmas stamp sets? Let's go for some lawn fawn sentiment on this. We're all friends here. Let's do that. Hi, Gray. Merry Christmas. And if you are planning on doing a lot of cards, like quick cards, this is where the Misty becomes really handy because you can mass produce them really easily. Merry Christmas to a cool friend, yeah. There we go, it's done. I mean, you can embellish it with snow marker or you can prettify it with glitter or whatever you choose. But it's quick, it's simple, but it's handmade. Elaine says, we have massive snow forecast for tomorrow. Think we may hibernate. I think, do you live in Cumbernauld? All right, so we've got I'm seeing these little guys here and I'm thinking I want to use them. This is how one thing turns into, one idea turns into two ideas, turns into three ideas. Ah! I like this. But as long as it's using up my scraps, then I'm doing exactly what I said I was going to do, right? Just seen this as well, sitting on the side. Might add that to this. Kilmarnock, there we go. I knew it was up there somewhere. Bonnie, Scotland. So, friends over tomorrow, staying over, board game night. And pancakes on Sunday morning, followed by at 3 o'clock and a carvery. Yeah, yum, 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 yum. That I'm not making, obviously. My friends, no, they're not making it either. We're going out to eat it. Yum, yum. All right. I think some presents or the deer. Let's see if I've got any deer. I really don't think I do. Oh, I've got these deer. They might be cute. And I've got little Christmassy fairies. Let's colour in some of these guys. I think they're sweet. And if there's no place to go, I'm not sure what kind of card they're on because these were not stamped by me. So I'm just going to do some flat colour. I think these were all flat colour anyway, so I'll tie in nicely. Delicate rose. Oh, there we go. Has everybody done all their Christmas shopping? I'm just going to go and actually have create this bundle of presents, seeing as I have them in front of me. That is the most intense colour I've ever seen. Tiger Lily. Wowzers. So on the agenda for tomorrow, key lime pie squares, and also I am going to be making goat's cheese and fig puff pastry tartlet things. We're going to have chicken and mushroom vol au vents. It's all like epically Christmas party to the max. Fruit punch. No, I'm not making fruit punch. That's just the name of the intensely orange marker. That one bled a little, so I had to cover it up with a bit more marker. Maybe we'll go for some purples on here. Today we received 3 massive boxes of Christmas presents from my mum and dad and my sister, the Northern Irish contingent. And now our Christmas tree kind of resembles this underneath it. Did I tell you guys that we're going to be doing some dog sitting next week? Actually, on Friday. So Craig asked if I was still going to do a live stream. given the fact that we're only going to have a dog for one day and it's going to be on a Friday. And I was like, I honestly don't know. So I may have to dip out on you guys. Because I'm really excited. But I'm a bit worried that he is going to open all the Christmas presents. Oh dear. Let's cut this little guy out. I think this is actually watercolor cardstock. It's really thick. There you go. Lynn says, we love escape rooms and we went to one in Florida last year as it was raining. I just bought the board game for Christmas Day. Oh, amazing. A board game of an escape room. That's interesting. I've done 2 escape rooms. Really enjoyed them. Enjoyed the first one more than the second one. I think I've told you about the second one. I got a little bit claustrophobic. It was very immersive. And it was set in an old abandoned tube station in London. So it was awesome in the fact that it was so immersive, but I wasn't prepared for it, mentally prepared for it. It's a tight space and whatever else. Pitch black. Good fun though. The first one was really, really good. There was none of that, but it was still really good. Okay, what are we going to do here, guys? I'm actually going to turn this into a frame because that's what I do sometimes. Oh, the weather outside is frightful. I might actually, I feel like I want to put a circle in the middle, which is kind of weird, but I like weird. I like it a lot. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Here we go. There's 4 scenarios and reviews are 5 stars, hoping it's as good as reviews. Oh, well, that's good. If you've got reviews, then that's good. It's a good start. Yes, I'm sure we'll get a few more board games for Christmas. For Creamball. Okay, so I've put some glue behind my circle here. And then the rest of this I'm going to raise up. And I don't think I'm going to make it into a shake or anything like that. I'm just being weird. And I'm going to go ahead and use my foam strips. To adhere this down. Perfect. I'm actually going to add a few more around the inside, just for the sake of stability. we'll stick our little penguins on. My stomach just did a big growl. I'm hoping you guys didn't hear that. I went out for a big lunch today. One of the school mummies, Sam, she said yesterday, let's do something, let's go out for lunch. I was like, okay. And we went to this all-you-can-eat buffet. We went there, we went to the same brand but a different town maybe a month or two ago. I know. And so she introduced me to this all-you-can-eat buffet place. And yeah, it was so much fun. Of course, I ate too much. And then for dinner tonight, Craig was like, what are we gonna have for dinner? And I was like, I am not eating. I am full, so full. He's gonna slide down here. Okay, so next card, I'm not going to do a holiday theme card. I know you guys like them. But I'm not a massive fan of holiday themed cards. I don't know why. It happens. I'm going to put him here, and this guy is going to be raised up. So part of me is thinking, what do I need to do tomorrow? Key lime pies. I would like to make my sugar cookies. Vol au vent, chicken skewers. Oh, that one needs a little bit more up here because it's going to overhang into the circle. I think I'm going to put him up here, and then he's going to be like in the distance. But can you imagine up close? He'd be freaking huge. Hey, Marjoline. Are you well? And we'll add this little cutie patootie on here. One too many. And a little smidgen of glue on his nose. There we go. So the circle kind of gives it some focus, I think, but it's still really quite basic. I mean, it's just really cutting and sticking, so there's nothing overly complicated about it, but it was relatively quick because I had those things pre-cut and coloured. So, and I think that makes a difference. I do actually, I totally lied. I'm gonna turn this into a card. Oh, we wanted to do the rainbow one. We wanted a non-traditional rainbow card. We could have the fairies. Kind of like that. Let's put this up here now. And you could say, like, I was going to say, have a very Merry Christmas. Yes? No? I want a strip of something along here, I think. And then we'll get these little fairies on here. Once again, watercolor cardstock. So I'll tread lightly, but we can do it. I'm going to grab my Copic, so. Because I can control them better. Yes, yes, yes. Love, love, love the fairies, says Marceline. Yay. All right. So we're going to go for some blues. And I'm going to go for flat color. So nothing, no fancy, no shady. Oh, guys, have you or are you familiar with the show on Netflix called Nailed It? Quick poll. Are you guys familiar with the show on Netflix called Nailed It? It is, so Paniel, okay, so Gray has heard of it. Paniel has never seen it. So just a little recap is that, you know, the memes where you see somebody has seen a cake or cupcakes or something, and they're like, oh, I could do that. And then they try to do it, and it's just like 100% a failure. It's pretty much the premise of the show, and they have a presenter, they have a chocolatier, a famous guy, and then they always have a guest judge as well. And there's 2 rounds, and they were like, right, for the first round you're going to make cake pops, and this is the cake pop, it's in the shape of something, or maybe it's a biscuit or a cookie or something. And then they only have like a ridiculously short period of time, and then it turns out the most ridiculous thing ever. But we have started watching it as we are like either over dinner or before dinner or something like that. It's kind of as a family. We don't really do a lot of family viewing of things, mostly because children's TV programs on Netflix are mind-numbing. And so it is just simply hilarious. I have never laughed out loud so much to a TV show, I think, in my entire life. It is all sorts of hilarious. I love it so much. and I encourage you all to go and watch Nailed It. It's so funny. And you just think, why are you doing that? That's not right. Don't do that. Oh, I can't even explain it. It's so fun. Let's hope that my cooking endeavours tomorrow and baking endeavours don't turn out anything like that. All right, this is a little caramel coloured fairy. And she's going to have a green scarf. I have to look out for it. Does anyone know if it's on Now TV or Sky? I don't know, I'm afraid. It would be awesome if it was. It might actually be a Netflix exclusive, I'm not sure. So funny. So funny. All right, this little girl is done. Well, almost done. I just realized she's got a wing hiding back here. Beautiful. It's Tremorite. Elaine says Netflix only. Yeah, today they made a comment about the Netflix. The one remaining Netflix brother should totally get this contestant and let her have a show of her own or something like that. So the reason that, or the way that they referred to Netflix specifically made me think that it was a Netflix only thing. It's so worth it. It's hilarious. So hilarious. Anyway, you had to be there, so I have to stop talking about it, even though the images of the things they made are like flashing through my head and making me smile. Might be able to Google it. All right. 1. Have a very Merry Christmas. Right. Love the tree with the rainbow. Fabulous. Well, thank you. I think it goes really well. I think I want to, oh, put you back where you belong. I think I want to put like a strip along though. Maybe red, blue, orange, yellow. Maybe like this blue or a darker blue. That's too dark. So I need sort of this bright can of blue. Let me go this way and grab my stash of cardstock scraps. Seeing as we're in a scrap mood. Welcome. Welcome to my scraps. This one might work. Oh, it's like super. That'll work though. That'll do. Do 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 do. I'll get this little guy. What technique do you use for fussily cutting out stamps? I do have a technique. Let me walk you through that. Once I have trimmed 2 tiny slivers of blue cardstock. Hardly seems worth it, doesn't it? For they're so small, but it will be, I promise. And if I don't lose them, that is. And of course, we need a glue pen for this. So by adding a strip to go along, it kind of brings more focus to this inside section. Oh, I've just realized that I've totally put it on the wrong side. So there's like an inked design on this side. Probably won't really be able to see. But now I need to make sure I do it on the right side over here, so it's matching. There we go. So when that's drying, let me walk you through my fussy cutting technique. So when I am fussy cutting, what I tend to do is I hold my scissors forward at all times, and I start off at an edge that is on the right hand side of my image, and then I eyeball where, like, the gap between his nose and where I want the end of the paper to be. And then what I do is I slowly squeeze my scissors and I turn my paper, and I only squeeze until I'm comfortable with it, and then I scooch up again. So if I get to a bit like this, where if I try to bend it round, my card's going to bend. So I forget about that for now. Continue on turning my paper. I pretty much use like this section of my scissors at all time. I don't use like the whole thing because I can get a lot more control with that little section there, just going a little bit at a time. And the trick is just, I think part of the trick is finding find ones that's a good shape for your hand, and then just keep your scissors pointed forward and turn your card. And that's, I mean, it sounds simple because in fact once you've done it like 10 times, it becomes a lot more intuitive. If the bit that gets on the right hand side of my scissors gets a bit cumbersome, I just snip it away. Just like this. And then I go back to the little bit that I have ignored and come in from the other way. Now the other way is harder because I can't see the gap next to his hoof or next to his leg, but I can guess. So there you go. That's my technique anyway. I find it really easy once you get the hang of it, essentially. Let's cut off these overhanging strips. I'm just going to go here, and we're going to have 2 fairies like this. And then I wanted to have some sort of a sentiment that said, have a fairy Merry Christmas. Hopefully we can make that work. I'm going to stick these flat onto here. And then I think my fairies need a little bit of dimension, so it'll make them pop. So this one kind of looks like she's standing or hovering, but this one looks like she's actually flying in a direction because you've kind of got half of her wings at the back. So I'll tilt her slightly. Yells says, I'm a left-handed who has spent life doing right-handed cutting. Lol. I know a lot of people who are left-handed who use right-handed scissors and cut that way. And it kind of comes down to what you are used to in a way. And if you if you try to use a left-handed scissors now and it's so alien, then there's no point forcing it, I guess. I'm going to see if I can find the fairy set. We've got thank you very much and have a magical day. Have a fairy have a fairy Merry Christmas. It's a bit close to the bottom edge for my liking, but I want to have the whole sentiment on the outside, I reckon. Have a very Merry Christmas. Unless I do that, but it doesn't quite work. I like this. This I like. All right. That looks somewhat centralized. So what I'm going to do is take out my long fairy sentiment because I don't really want to cut that one for some reason. And then I'm going to stamp these ones on there. And I was thinking of embossing them in silver, which I think would be really pretty. But my chair is over there blocking my embossing powders. So I'm being lazy. I tried it. My sister my teacher told me I had scissors in the wrong hand. And since that day, I used my right hand. Left-handed scissors were not an option in my school day. Yeah, do you know, I don't think they were really a thing when I was at school either. Thankfully, I think schools and institutions like that in general are a lot more, a lot better these days, rather than dictating, that is wrong, you do not use your left hand. All right, let's put that in here. Bugging together, and have a is in here, and then for fairy, I think I'm just going to use my memo tape. To seal off the areas that I don't need. Simples. There we go. Oops. Don't know why I threw that away. Three Christmassy cards. No more. I can't do it. Oh no. But now I have this guy. Oh no. I need to just go here like that. This is how it happens. Creativity begets creativity. All right, where are we at? 1, 2, 3. Bada boom. I've just realized that I've not used these little guys yet, and I think they would be really fun to use. So I think I might use them. Let's do that. Let's do that. Seeing as I'm on card 4 and it's only after 10, I may have to shut down shop earlier today because I'm not having dinner. And my belly's doing a grumbly wombly. A grumbly wombly. I don't think that is watercolor. What have I got over here? All right, so this is watercolor cardstock, but as you can tell, it's actually kind of discolored. It looks like it's discolored anyway. I think maybe it's supposed to be like that, like it's not meant to be bright white. I like the fact that it's so thick, very short thick. So I'm going to play with this today. was made to write with my right hand at school. Wow. That's nuts. Let me measure how long this one is. Danielle says, I am naturally left-handed but made to write with my right. I really have to think when people give me directions. Yeah, poor thing. So there's 11, so that's not long enough. Is 11 long enough this way? It is not, but that's okay. We shall just go for, what did I slice off? This one. This has been in my cupboard for a while, so it's a bit raggedy on the edges. And I might be able to do it this way actually. 8.5 will do the trick. No, 4 1/4. Yes, 8.5. And then 4 1/4 this way. Nope, that's not right. 5.5 this way. We'll get there. So it's going to be really quite chunky, but that's okay. That's okay. And I'm going to do some watercoloring, seeing as it's chunky watercolor paper. And I've cut off this side strip, and I'm going to use that as a test strip. Seeing as the colours here are slightly different to the white, it's a good idea to test them out. You're using a guillotine rather than a blade. I'm not happy with my blade tool. Yeah, mine just got so blunt so quickly, like it always has done. I really enjoy my trimmer, but lately the guillotine has been where it's at for me. Yes. All right, so what are we gonna do with these little guys? I really like the U-Rock. I think I want to do like a little band. Not like a marching band almost, where they're in like a line. So let's try that. And I'll use my VersaFine Clair ink pad. And I'm going to use some Heffy memo tape as well to create some masks. So I just have to decide what order I want them to be in. And I like the look of this guy for the front. Yes. He's going to be number 1. Here. You're so cute. And I'm going to trim out just his left-hand side, because nothing's going to go on the right-hand side. Just he's going to have friends on his left. Like this. And so the next one is is going to be, I think, this big guy with his drums. He's cute. How about using masking paper, one forward and one back, etc. Says yells. Yeah, I'm using my Heffy tape to do some masking. Oh, I hope that isn't on the edge. Oh, it slightly is. I'll just have to take a pen to draw that one in. Obviously didn't push hard enough. Because it's watercolour paper, it's got a bit of tooth to it, which means that it's a bit bumpy, essentially. So it's always a good idea to push firmly, which Lesley did not do. Somebody did mention a card for a teenage boys or something, and I think this could work. This might be able to work. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Now, I didn't cut out his ding donger, whatever it's called, bing, bing, bing. But I think I might now, because I think I'm going to put the guy with the flag next. There we go. Flag, Mr. Flag guy next. I'm going to upgrade to my bigger acrylic block over here, I reckon. Have you guys been making anything this week? Oops, I managed to take off my mask. People don't realize the time and thought that goes into making a handmade card. I think you're right. Very often that can be the case. Especially if you make a card that is bespoke for someone, that you actually are thinking, what is their favorite things? What would there we go. Yes, especially if it's a handmade card where you have made something specifically for someone. even if you're just making a card for the sake to have in your stash, it still takes a lot of time and thought. All right, so we've got 3 little buggy boos. I think this guy is going to be next. I think he's adorable. Is it a trumpety tromp tromp? I feel like I wanted him to be in front of the other one. I'm going to leave him and do a guitar guy. Guitar guy is going to be next. Guitar guy is going to go in here. And this guy is going to go right here. And I think that's probably going to be the last one, because then there's somewhat of an equal space on both sides. So this guy needs to be trimmed on the right and not on the left. I don't normally go for this sketchy illustration style very much. Maybe it's because I know it's MacLeod that I'm like, yeah. I'm wondering if I need to cut the inside of his trombone-y thing. I'm hoping no. I think he'll be fine. He might be a little bit hidden. He's cute. Wendy has been making lots of Christmas cards and tags. And Grace says, I have been painting. I've done a few oils and a few acrylics. Made chocolates. Made chocolates? Mmm. Yummy. Pocket letters. And I'm painting now. What are you painting, Grace? Tell us, do. All right, let's peel off these guys. Yay! I love them. I'm gonna come in with some little music notes. Tiny ones here. Yay. Did you guys know that there's going to be a new Mary Poppins? Oh, I'm really excited. Mostly because Lin-Manuel Miranda is going to be in it. And I'm obsessed with Hamilton, the musical, which you may already know, I'm not sure. All right, so I'm probably going to stamp You Rock at the bottom, but I really want to color these guys in with some paint. So I'm going to create a little bit of room on my work surface. and grab my paints. And I might actually go for my liquid paints. Shall I? No, maybe I won't. Yeah, I don't think I will. Because I don't have an awful lot of colour. I don't have an awful lot of colours in them. And it means I get to put my paintbrushes into my cauldron. I think part of the reason why I want to paint today is that I actually cleaned out my jar of water. Iris says, I've just finished making cards this evening. Good for you. You are on fire. This girl is on fire. Let me grab my paints. I've put a new paint set on my Christmas wish list that I saw on, I think I saw it on Instagram or something like that actually. And it's really super compact. I wish I could remember the name of it, but I don't. But it's like a travel one, and it's all stacked like this, and then you fan it out, which I thought was really interesting. I've never seen anything like that before. So that's cool. I don't know if it will be under the tree on Christmas morn, but it's on my list, so who knows? Maybe I'll get to show it to you guys. I may end up mixing a couple of colours, so I'm just taking a moment to clean out my little palette. Oops, all right. Let's go for some nice intense yellow for this little guy. And I'm going to try to go around their mouths, but I'll go over their eyes because I'll probably add a little dot with my glaze pen. Oh, and if any of you have seen me use a glaze pen before and you've not had the chance to buy one and you were looking for one, we now have them in the Heffy Doodle store, if that interests you. That's his arm. Okay. I have these paints, says Yellow. They're lovely. They are. They're really concentrated, which I really like. So it's easy to have a nice solid color. Oops, but you should really wait for one to dry before you add another one. Thirsty brush. Oh, rubbish. All right, so I've got a bit of my red onto my yellow, so I put some water down. I'm just kind of picks the pigment back up, and then I can dab it off. So I'm going to actually leave him for now and move on to Mr. Guy number 2. And hopefully learn my lesson not to paint next to one another. You see, I get self-conscious that my head is going to be in the middle of the camera. He's got his hands up here. Hello. And then his bottom is down here. I'm going to give him a green drum. In the middle here, anyway. But these little square bits, I'm going to make them silver. Because they're normally silver, I think, on an actual drum. What colour will his wings be? Should I do all the wings light blue? That's probably more accurate in my rainbow bug. Ooh, a glaze pen. Yes, there's 2 different types of glaze pen. There's the black glaze pen, which is what I use. No, that is a lie. There's 2 different types of jelly roll pens in the store. One is the glaze pen, and one is the Stardust pen, which lays down a gorgeous like sparkle. Maybe I'll use that for the little bits, little metal bits. That's a good idea. But the black glaze pen, I think, is a must-have for, especially for critters, to darken up the eyes. It makes such a big difference. These bugs are so cute. I love that they're being quite vibrant. Hello, little guitar man. This guy's got dashes on his wings. All right, I think I want like a purpley color. It's quite nice, I think, for a guitar. What other colours should we do? An orange, maybe? Maybe this guy can be orange, this guy can be pink. And this guy's got hardly any eyes. Like a proper pumpkin colour going on over here. I never even got to make pumpkin pie this year. Honestly. This whole year's just flown by. I love that he's got his little finger up. Love him. And you are going to have orange. Drummy drum drum. Rescued it with orange. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll do the wee bit at the top with orange as well. I think I'm going to do the actual skin of the drum in blue. He's going to be pink. I can never remember which one of these is very pinky. Quite dark pink. There we go, more of a magenta. Which is your favorite bug out of this set? Is it guitar bug, flag bug, trumpet bug, drum, or accordion bug? Let me know. I'm gonna make this pink, seeing as I've got my pink out. Sorry, my head's not really in the shot anymore. I need to get down low so I can see. Well, I haven't done this guy's arms. I'll do that now. Need to test these paints out before applying, but they're good. Accordion bug, says Paniel. Flag bug is pretty cute. He reminds me of Peanut. Who's Peanut again? Is that your dog? It's hard to keep track of everybody's family and fur babies. Come on then, let's get your arms coloured in. Beautiful. I'll also colour in that little oopla that happened earlier. And I'm going to be here to do a little trumpet. And we'll go for a bit of a dark blue on these little guys. And the top of his drummy drum. And I'll carry that through on some of these other ones. I've coloured this purple, I mean this blue, but I actually want to colour it purple. I'm going to go for it with purple. Super intense purple. I am loving these little guys. Grace says, what's a glaze pen? So a glaze pen is this. And it, I normally use it when I have a little critter. I will just do 2 dots to darken up their eyes. You can write with it, but it's not meant for handwriting, if you know what I mean. It's meant for decoration. So this, in fact, the watercolor cardstock is not the best idea because the glaze pen dries, you won't be able to see really, dries raised up. Can you see? There, that's a good angle. So it dries raised up and glossy. So you can see how that would be if you have little dots for eyes, then it really kind of makes them pop. You can see the light reflecting off them. It's really pretty. So you can also, I mean, if you really wanted to, you could write on something that is non-porous, because it's like, I can't even describe it. It's like plastic or something. And there. It's really shiny. And yeah, so you can write on acetate with it. That's really fun. You can write your own message on acetate. You have to go slow because the way that it flows out, it's you know, there's a lot of ink coming out on that. But I use it in nearly every one of my cards where I'm using critters that have little like dot eyes, or for the noses, little boop noses for dogs and cats and things like that. It's really nice. And let me show you the glitter one as well so you can see that. The other one we've just added is this one here, which is the jelly roll Stardust or something like that it's called. And it is a clear, it's a clear, you probably can't see it at the moment. I'll hold it up in a second. Let me just write this. Stardust. I'll do a couple of little designs. It's quite intense glitter. Let's try this. Can you see? They are both jelly rolls. They're both this is jelly roll, Sakura jelly roll. And this one is, oh, I don't think this is jelly roll. It is Sakura as well. So I don't think that one's called jelly roll though for some reason. Can you even see it? I'm like gaping. Oh, I can see myself in the camera. Ah, oh, pretty. Trying to catch it. They're really cool. A few years ago, oh, this one has dried now. So you can see that it has absorbed quite a bit into the porous cardstock. But if I tilt it, you still get that sheen. Can you see? Fun, huh? Right, okay, love jelly rolls. These are really nice. I love it. We haven't got them in the store, but I also have somewhere a white jelly, a white glaze pen, and in fact, it was rejected in regards to it doesn't live in my most used supplies. I think it's over here actually. Yeah. So if you are drawing eyes, it's a bit clogged up. This needs a bit of love, I think. If you're drawing some sort of eyes or something, you can sort of see it. On the purple here. It doesn't dry opaque in the same way that a white gel pen would dry. It's kind of milky or something. So my idea was that I could do like a white eye and put a black dot in the middle. And although you can kind of do it, it's not very white. So what you would kind of need to do is take a white gel pen, I reckon, and draw a white dot. Then when that dries, come in over the top, it's not dry, with the glaze pen to get that milky surface, and then dot it with the black to have like the pupil in there. But the black one, I love. I swear by it. Okay, where are you guys? Let's see. I do want more pink on this accordion, but I want to make it a slightly different tone. Just a lighter pink. So I'll add some white to it. Kind of gives the idea of shadows then. And I'll give it little pink handles too. Love it. Paniel says, wish I could write as beautifully as you. Ah, thank you. Just need to practice, that's all. And Yell said, I have a load of sort of bottles, which are hard to manipulate, like glossy accents and things like that, then yes. And I have the, what is it called? I have the, brain not functioning. Glossy accents. Enamel accents, that's the one. I have enamel accents as well for the black one. But as you say, it's not as easy to manipulate. Oh yeah, this is what I was going to do. So I need a color for this pole here, which I think might be orange. And then I need a color for my flag, which I'm thinking yellow. Hey, Aunt Max, how are you? Missed you. All right, where is my test strip? Super intense this yellow, really lemony. Snicket. Lemony, lemony. Loving it. No, I just want to give these that silvery effect. So yeah, why not come in and use the jelly roll for that? And I'll do the hole in my guitar, that glitter as well for funs. Love it. And with my glaze. Oh, so remember I mentioned that the glaze pen kind of is like plasticky or something. Sometimes what you'll find is that there'll be a little bit of like dried plastic on the end here. So before I use it, I normally just wipe off the end in case there's like a little bit that needs encouragement to come off. So the other thing to say is that if you push down on it, straight down, it's a lot easier. If you try to hold it at an angle, it'll not flow as well. Okay, so I've done all their eyes, but I'm also going to do the little doodahs little notes. Nice. Now, there's one here that says "You rock," so I think we're going to go for that. Rock on. Get my stamp out again, my ink, I mean. So this is simply going to say "You rock," but hopefully centered. Do you die cut or emboss? I do. I use my dies. And then I emboss with, I heat emboss, and I do also dry embossing as well. I don't have a lot of dry embossing folders and things, so I don't use them an awful lot, but yeah, I do. What is this? Ah, okay, so this we can put celebrate or something in there, or rock on, or you rock. Or we could maybe just put the love heart in there. Let's put this in anyway. You rock, baby. You know what? I'm going to leave it blank, because then when it comes to sending this card, I can write the name of the person in there. I think that would be fun. What I do want to do though is round the corners. I'm going to do that with a corner chomper. There we go. Ta-da! Awesome. All right. So we've got 4 cards already. Some holiday cards using some scraps. And then the You Rock watercolored card. The little bugs. Isn't that cute? Awesome. Which is your favorite? That's what I want to know. And while you're telling me that, I'm going to do a quick tidy up. And you guys, I think I'm going to call it a night, because I haven't had any dinner yet, and it is now 11 o'clock. So I'm going to go and raid the fridge. I think we've done 4 in a few hours. So that is that. Ooh, just find my chocolate. 4 in 2 hours is definitely better than my normal rate. So I think we've done quite well. Aunt Max says, my fave is penguins building a snowman. And Yael says that, like, the corners being cut off. I think it gives it an extra, like a different a different feel to it. I don't know, it feels softer or funkier or something. There's definitely a place for it. Make something a bit different. And that corner jumper that I used, there's two different sizes. This is the really round one, and then the other one just kind of cuts the nip off it here, so it's really a smaller circle, I guess you would call it. Wendy says, I like the fairy one best. And Peniel says, hard to choose, they're all different, but I think it's the You Rock card. Yay! Well, I think also it's fun when you see something that you maybe don't all the time, and I think with my watercolors I do enjoy them, and I've not really been playing with them an awful lot recently. I used to do a lot of watercolor just for fun when I had time to do fun things, not work things. Okay, I'm gonna stuff this in my face, and I'm gonna go and make some dinner. Thank you guys so much for joining me for Come Craft With Me. I did mention earlier in the show that next week we have got a friend staying with us, and by friend I mean a four-legged furry friend, which we're really excited about. So I may move Come Craft With Me to a different night. Ring the bell, ring ding, on YouTube, and sign up for notifications if you want to be notified if I decide to go live on another night. All good. All right. I shall see you then. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Have a great weekend.